In this session, we are going to see how to simplify a Boolean expression using kmap. In the previous two sessions, we have seen about kmap, how to map a given Boolean expression to kmap, and how to group them. And in this session, after mapping and grouping, we are going to see how to simplify or how to get the simplified expression in kmap. We will see with examples. First example, minimize y is equal to f of a comma b comma c. That means output y is a function of a, b and c. That means output y is represented as an equation which contains the variable a, b and c. That is equal to sigma m of 0, 1, 4, 5. So directly the minterms are given, not the expressions. The corresponding expression can be found out easily. If you are not aware about that, finding expression from the minterms. The minterms is given. If you need to find expression, go and check the previous video. Since only 3 variables are there, or for represent the 5, this is the maximum largest number in the minterm. For representing 5, we need 3 bits. Already it is given, there are 3 variables in this function, a, b and c. So we need a 3 variable kmap. First we will draw the kmap and map the minterms, map the given minterms to the kmap, then we will group it. So this is a 3 variable kmap. We will map the given expression to this kmap. That means we have to map the cells 0, 1, 4, 5 with 1. 0, 1, 4 and 5. Now we want to group it. So in order to group, the top 2, 1 and the bottom 2, 1 will combine to form a group of 4 cells. So till this we have seen in the previous video. Now we want to find the reduced expression. So what is the value of this group? We have to find the value of this group. So in order to find the value of this group, we have to consider the rows and columns. The rows in which the group is present and the column in which the group is present. If you take the row, this group is present in the first row and the last row. That is the row 0, 0 and 1, 0. The value of a is 0 in the first row and b is 0. And the last row value of a is 1 and b is 0. When we consider the first row and the last row, the value of a is changing. The first row a is 0, last row a is 1. But the value of b remains the same. We will discard the variable whose value is changing. Discard the variable whose value is changing. So here the value of a is changing in first row and last row, but b remains same. B remains same, but the value of b is 0 in both the cases. In the first row also b is 0, in the last row also b is 0. So we can write it as b bar. We will take only the variable whose value remains same. Since the value of b is 0 in the first row and last row, we will take it as b bar. And multiplied by the column value. We have found the row value. Now we will take the column value. And when we look into the column, the group spans to all the columns. You can see here, the group spans to all the columns. Only 2 columns are available and the group is filled in all the columns. And also we can see the value of the variable c is changing in both the columns. The first column it is 0 and the second column it is 0. So we cannot take the value of c, or we cannot take the variable c, because we should take the variable whose value is not changing, as in the case of b. So the column value is 1. In the row, when we consider the row, the first row and last row, the value of A is changing. First row the A is 0 and last row A is 1. So we have discarded A. Actually the value of A is 1. That is 1 into value of B is B bar into value of C. C is also changing in both columns. So value of C is 1. So the final value is B bar. So that's why I told we don't want to take the variable whose value is changing, because that is 1. The value of this group is B bar. Therefore, the answer is Y is equal to B bar. This is a simplified expression. We will see another example. When we do more examples, it will be very easy for you to solve the problem. So the next question, Y is equal to A bar, B bar, C bar plus A bar, B, C bar plus A bar, B, C plus A, B, C. So we can see the equation is formed by using 3 variables. So we have to use a 3 variable kmap. So I will draw the 3 variable kmap. So this is how the kmap looks after mapping the expression. Now we have to group. The top one can be grouped with the bottom one. The right side one can be grouped with the left side one, and the bottom one can be grouped with the top one. There is no other way. We need 3 groups. So we have 3 terms or 3 min terms or 3 product terms in the output final simplified expression. First we will find the value of this green group. This green group is covered in second row and third row. When we see the second row and third row, the value of B remains same, but the value of A is changing. It is changing from 0 to 1. So the value of A is 1. That is 1 into value of B is same in both the row and it is 1. Therefore, we can write it as B into column value. The column, it is covered in only one column. So the value of C is 0, that is C bar. So row value into column value. So this is the value of this particular group, that is 1 into B into C bar, that is B C bar. Now we will see the red group. When we consider the red group, it spans in only one row. The value of that row we can write straight away. That is A is 0 and B is 1. A is 0 and B is 1. That is A bar B multiplied by column value. When we see the column, it is covering the 2 column. That means the value of C is changing from 0 and 1, 0 to 1. So we can't take C. The value of C will be 1. So the final value of that group is A bar B. And now we will see the blue group. So you try to do by your own by pausing the video and then come back. When we see the blue group, it is covered in the first 2 row. When we see the first 2 row, the value of A is same, but the value of B is alternating. Value of B is changing. So the value of B is 1. Since the value of B is changing, we should take it as 1. And value of A is same. Since A is 0, we have to write it as A bar. Multiplied by value of B is, since it is changing, it is 1. Multiplied by column value. Since the column is covered in only one column, since the group is covered in only one column, we have to take the value of that column. The value of that column is 0. That means C is 0. That means C bar. So the final answer is A bar, C bar. So these are the three terms, and the final answer, simplified version of the equation y is equal to, we have to add all these terms. That is A bar C bar plus A bar B plus B C bar. So this is the final simplified expression of the given question. We will see another problem. Minimize y is equal to sigma m of 0, 2, 4, 6. Again, 6 can be represented in binary in 3 bits, 1, 1, 0. So we need 3 variable kmap. So first I will draw the kmap. So when we map the given min terms to the kmap, so 0 means the first cell, 2 is here, 4 is here, 6 is here. And we have to group it. So we can straight away group these 4 cells together. They are all adjacent to each other. So the value of this group, when we see the row, it is covered in all the 4 rows. It is covered in all the 4 rows. A is changing. First 2 row A is 0. Next 2 row A is 1. So A is changing. So the value of A is 1. That is 1 into. And when we see B, B is also changing from 0 to 1. Here also 1 to 0. So when all the rows are covered in the variables, the value of the variables is 1. So here B is also 1. 1 into 1 into. Multiply by column value. The group is covered in only one column and the value of the column is 0. So C is 0, that means C bar. 1 into C bar, so the answer is C bar. So the final simplified expression is y is equal to C bar. So when all the rows are covered in a group, then the row value is 1. Similarly, if all the columns are covered in a group, the column value is 1, as we seen in the previous example. We will see another example. Minimize y is equal to sigma m of 0, 1, 4, 5, 9, 11, 13, 15. Since 15 is the largest number in the given min term, and to represent 15 in binary, we need 4 bits. 1, 1, 1, 1 is 15. Therefore, we need a 4 variable kmap. So this is a 4 variable kmap. So we will map the values. First one is min term is 0. So this is a cell. Then 1. 4 is here. 5, 9, 11, 13, 15. So this is how we map. So now we will start grouping. The top 4 1 can be grouped together and the bottom 4 1 can be grouped together. So all the ones are grouped in 2 groups. So the first group, the value is the row value. You want to find the row value. A is same, but B is changing. So the value of B is 1. We need to take only A. And since A is 0 in both cases, it is A bar. Multiplied by B is 1. So I am not taking B. Multiplied by the column value. It is covered in first 2 columns. When we see the value of C is same, but the value of D is changing. So the value of D is 1 because it is changing. So the value of D is 1. We have to take only C, but the value of C is 0, therefore it is C bar. And when we take the last group, second group, it is in last 2 row. The value of A is same and it is 1, therefore we can take it as A, and the value of B is changing, so we cannot take that because the value is 1. Multiplied by column value. It is in second column and third column. When we check that, value of C is changing. Value of C is changing from 0 to 1. So the value of C is 1 and the value of D is same. It is 1. So so multiplied by d. So the final answer y is equal to add these two values a bar c bar plus ad. This is the final answer. We will see another example. Minimize y is equal to sigma m of 0, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10, 13 and 15. This is the kmap, 4 variable kmap, and if you want to map the given expression. So 0 is here, then 2 is here, 5, 7, 8, 10, 13 and 15, and these are the mapped values. Now we have to group. We can group the center 4 in one group. Then in the corner cells we have 4, 1, and when we fold the map, when we fold the kmap, all these 4 will come together. We have two groups. First we will see the value of this green group. This green group covers in first row and last row. When we see the first row and last row, the value of a is changing. So we cannot take the value of a, that is 1, and the value of b is same, that is 0. So the answer is b bar. Since b is 0, it is b bar multiplied by column value. That is first column and last column. When we check, the value of c is changing from 0 to 1. So we don't want to take this, and value of d is same, 0. So multiplied by d bar. Now the red group, second row and third row, again a is changing, we don't want to take that, but the value of b is same, that is 1. So b multiplied by column value, second column and third column, value of c is changing again, we don't want to take this, but we can take the value of d because it is same. So d is 1, therefore it is d. So the final answer y is equal to b bar d bar plus bd. So now we will see another question. Minimize y is equal to pi m of 0, 3, 4, 7. The question it is given as pi m of 0, 3, 4, 7. Since this is pi, that means product of m, capital M is max term, that is sum term. Product of sum terms 0, 3, 4, 7, that is, this is POS form. So we need a 3 variable kmap. For 7 we need 3 bits, so we need a 3 variable kmap. We can write the cell numbers also 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want to map this. So when we map the min terms to this kmap, we have to use 0 on the particular cells because it is POS form. We have to use 0. The cell 3 it is 0, 4 it is 0 and 7 it is 0. This is the main difference when we map a SOP and POS expression to kmap. We have to use 0 for POS expression. Now we have to group this. These two zeros can be grouped together, and the bottom and the top, these two zeros can be grouped together. So we have two groups. The value of this group, the first row and the last row. Here the value of b is changing, so we don't want to, value of b remains the same, but value of a is changing, so we don't want to take that. So b remains the same, the value of b is 0, therefore we can write it as b. Since this is POS, if the variable value is 0, we have to write it as b. If the variable value is 1, then we have to put a bar on the top of it. The value of column is c. The value of column is 0 and the variable is c. Therefore, we have to add c to it. Since it is 0, we don't want to add a bar. In SOP form, we will multiply the row value into column value, but in POS form, we will add the row value to column value. There is a difference between SOP and POS. Now we will see the second group, it spans on second row and third row. Again, the value of A is changing. We don't want to take it, but the value of B remains same and it is 1. Therefore, we will take it as B bar plus column value. The column value is 1. The group lies in only one column. The column value is 1. Therefore, the variable is C and the value is 1. Therefore, B bar plus C bar. Therefore, the final simplified expression y is equal to B bar plus C bar into B plus C. We have to multiply all the terms. And this is how we will simplify a POS expression. We will see one more example regarding the POS expression. That is y is equal to pi of m of 0, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13 and 15. So we need a 4 variable kmap. Now we will map all those things. That means this is pi, that means POS expression. So we have to map it to 0. Here it is 0, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15. And now we will start grouping it. So this 4 can be combined to form a group. This, so we will choose another color. This 4 can be combined and this 4 can be combined. So total 3 groups. First we will find the value of the red group. So it lies in all the rows. So the row value is 1. We have only the column value, that is 0, 0. That means that is C plus D. C plus D. Because the value of C is 0 and value of D is 0, we have to add each variable. That is max time, sum time. Since it is 0, we don't want to put bar in the case of POS. Next we will see the blue group. So I will write the expression here. It lies in the second row and the third row. If you see that the value of A is changing, so we don't want to take the value of A, but the value of B remains the same. It is 1. Therefore, B bar plus column value lies in second column and third column. Again, the value of C is changing, so we don't want to take this, but the value of D remains same and it is 1. Therefore, it is D bar. And finally, the green group. The last 2 rows, if you see the value of A remains the same and it is 1, therefore A bar plus we don't want to take the value of B because it is changing, and the value of column, again the second column and third column, that means the value of D remains the same, that is D bar. So the final simplified expression y is equal to A bar plus D bar plus, A bar plus D bar into B bar plus D bar into C plus D. So this is the final answer. So this is how you simplify a given Boolean expression using kmap. Please note the changes happens when we simplify using SOP expression and POS expression. Don't get confused.